And we are back on our Sample Pod. This is your boy JJ, and we got Javi right over here. What's up?
Hey, no, nothing, man. Nothing, bro. Same thing, different day.
We're actually recording during the day. I don't got my kids. He doesn't have his kid. So hey, thankfully we have a little bit more flexibility. Sorry. But anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for the memberships. And today we're gonna be coming up with a bunch of random news that are happening around the wrestling world, especially a couple of things from SmackDown that happened. I know it's a little bit late, but it's more about like what could lead from this. So yeah. But anyways, Javi, go ahead and start off.
All right, cool. So last week is one of the first weeks in a long time that we don't have anything Bloodline related. The only thing was we had Paul Heyman. He looked like he was crying. He looked all disheveled. He looked like he had just gotten out of the bar at that moment. His eyes were all red. Like, I don't know if he was crying, he was mad, or what it is. But Kayla Braxton asked him, so what's going on or whatever? How's Roman Reigns and all that stuff? And he's like, I don't want to answer. But he did say that Jimmy was going to be here next week. So that was
old people.
Yeah, that was the only thing that they talked that they said about, the only reference to the Bloodline. They did have a little video package, which honestly you could tell that probably they didn't have much for the show because the video packages were pretty long. Like if you add all of them up between the Edge stuff and the Bloodline stuff, it was probably half the show almost. So
I think it's a little bit funny the fact that that they're bringing out that Paul Heyman is like, yeah, Jimmy's gonna be here next week, but it's like, bro, he's not even in the Bloodline. So like, how do you know? Like, when do you really think about it?
I really don't know. I really don't know.
Unless the attack was Paul Heyman talking to Jimmy, which I doubt it, but you know,
I mean, it could be. It could be anything. Or what if Jimmy's trying to get back in, Roman doesn't want to let him in, or vice versa, or maybe Roman told Paul, hey, have Jimmy come back to the Bloodline. Like, whatever you have to do, bring him back in. Which could be the case.
I think the more important person out of Jimmy and Jay, I think is Jey Uso, to be back in the Bloodline. You know what I mean?
Without question.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know where this is going. It's kind of like a guessing game right now. Because last week we were not expecting what happened. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the previous show, we were not expecting that.
And Jay's like,
Uso.
Deuces.
Yeah,
like,
that Jey Uso was like, I quit, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, hold up.
Hey, like Wrestle Talk does, Jey Uso, AW confirmed.
Yeah. So it's like, he's going to TNA.
Nah.
And then he's going to take Jimmy with him since his wife is over there too. So yeah.
No, bro. If he's going to go anywhere, it would be AEW, which honestly, I wouldn't be that opposed to him doing. If that's what he wants, hey, get paid. If they offer him the bag, hey, more power to him. Then he could always come back. You do it.
Don't sell out, bro.
Bro, hey, if they give you double of what he's making right now with less dates, hell yeah. Especially getting older. He's like 38 already, 37, 38 years old.
Yeah, they're all close to 40, bro. I didn't know that.
So now it's time to get paid because we may not get a paycheck for the next 15, 20, 30 years. Yeah, I gotta get paid.
Yeah.
So
they get the Hall of Fame deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him for doing that. But anyways, do you really think that Jimmy's gonna come back to the Bloodline? Like they're gonna be all one happy family or whatever it is?
I think at the end of everything, whenever that everything happens, I think that they're gonna like break up, but it's gonna be like in good terms. Like at the end of everything, I don't know when that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm saying like I think it's gonna be kind of like a. I don't think it's gonna be like the Shield, how they broke up and shit like that. I don't think.
They all kind of went their own way and they were all pissed off at each other and whatever.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna be like that. Like at the end of the day,
They're all family.
Blood is thicker than water. So yeah, family first.
Yeah, I think they will be okay. And in fact, it wouldn't even shock me if eventually they do have some kind of even every, I don't know, maybe WrestleMania 41, it'll be a three-way, not a three-way, but a 6-man tag, and you have Jimmy and Jay and Roman. Yeah, doing something like that, which kind of like what they did with the Shield. Remember that when they came back, kind of did some similar. So it wouldn't shock me. It's too big of a story.
I was gonna ask you, so because like realistically, do you really do you, like? Let's say 10 years from now. We talk about this and we're gonna be like, yo, you remember the Bloodline? How great it was.
Yeah.
Who are gonna be the first members that are gonna come up to your mind?
Oh, just the three.
Like
it's
Roman,
like NWO.
Roman and the Usos, right?
It's like NWO. You're always gonna remember Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Everybody else was an accessory. Because even Solo, yes, granted, the Bloodline story did help Solo become into a guy, right? He is credible, even though they've been bringing him down a couple of notches too. But he's somebody that's credible right now. The Bloodline story did its job, which was elevate these other guys. And that's what a faction normally is there for. So right now you can see Jey Uso headlining freaking SummerSlam. 2 years ago, there's no way in hell you would have thought about. Well, 3 years, but before before the whole Bloodline, they're like, no, they're tag team guys. Like,
Jay, who?
Yeah,
is that Jimmy?
And in fact, Jimmy was
more of a guy. Yeah, more of a guy at one point.
Jay barely spoke. All he did was bark, like whoa, all this stuff. And you had Jimmy was the one cutting all the promos most of the time. So that's why I was surprised that Jay was able to step up. And honestly, I've rarely seen anybody be able to.
Be main event Jey Uso.
Yeah, like there's very few people that I've seen be able to kind of take that next step so quickly and be credible. Obviously, it takes a lot of creative to do that. It does take a good opponent to do that, which was Roman Reigns, and you do have that familial bond, which makes it even stronger. You know, so but honestly, I do see I kind of see Jay just running as a lone wolf for a little bit. And then,
I think so too. I think he's gonna be like not even with Jimmy. I don't think he's gonna be cool with Jimmy anymore.
No. And then that way,
still.
maybe do like a Sting type deal, like he just shows up and then disappears. Just have him in the rafters way up there. He's just looking, all pissed off. No.
Like
we have going like this and walking back and forth, pacing.
Yeah. Just thinking about his next move.
Yeah.
He Batman.
Yeah, but Batman with no plans.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, the Joker's right there. You can take him out. He's like, should I kill him or should I not? Should I kill him or should I not? Should I kill him or should I not? And it just stays there.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. He doesn't kill him and he doesn't do anything. He's just there. So, yeah. That's Jay. But, and do you think it's time to get rid of the storyline? Do you think it's kind of already run its course?
I mean, they kind of like put a little twist to it with Jimmy betraying Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been more interesting if they would have just happened like whenever Jay was cutting the promo on Jimmy, like months ago, and then saying like I'm out, like you out of the bloodline type thing. I think they should have done it there, and it would have been way better compared to what it is now. Right now, it's kind of like I can't really give you an answer on like, oh yeah, like I think they should cut it just because realistically, like I don't know where else they're gonna go with this. You know what I mean? I don't know what else is gonna happen. Clearly, not everything is set in stone. You still have the Solo being kind of like not an outcast, but realistically,
he's the third wheel or whatever. He's kind of like there.
Yeah, but realistically, he's kind of like becoming the hothead of Jimmy out of everybody. You know what I mean? Because like he really does everything and doesn't even think about anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
all the three brothers kind of turn into each other. Like Jay turns into Jimmy, Jimmy turns into Jay, Solo turns into Jay, and then Jimmy's going to turn to Solo. Is, I don't know.
even if all three of them do like a whole Power Ranger metamorph type thing, they still won't be able to beat Roman because they won't be able to decide on what to do.
They're missing that one piece, which is ironically enough, the head of the table. Which honestly, that's what I think that
they can't do anything without him.
yes, and Roman's almost proving his worth because while he was on top, they all had championships. Everything was running the right way, kind of like a dictator. Kind of like a dictator, right? Because he was the only one. Hey, saying this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna kick so-so's ass. We're gonna do this and that, this and that. They were all successful. Now they're not necessarily.
No,
because even Roman looks weak. Now even Roman looks weak. Like if you're telling me right now you have that match with Cody Rhodes right now, Cody will win.
Cody wins. Yeah,
easy.
Well, and it sucks to say.
Cody just beat Brock Lesnar, which should be the final boss.
Correct.
So
he should be the level 19 guy that you have to beat before you get to the end of the game.
Exactly. There's nobody probably as credible as Brock Lesnar in the history of wrestling.
And he just beat him 3 times. Well, twice.
Clean. He beat him twice, but he beat him clean.
Which sucks, bro. It's like, bro, like realistically, I remember whenever Brock Lesnar was in those years that nobody could beat him. Nobody.
Yeah, well, remember they're also elevating Cody, because now with this, at least, especially with the whole thing of Brock raising his hand, and I understand like some people thought it was kind of weird, but honestly, when you really look at it, it's Brock really saying like, "Hey, this is the guy," and for Brock to do that, it takes a lot. And he probably does see the work that Cody has done, because like it or not, I mean, he has put in a lot of work, and he has done a pretty good job. His character's a little corny, kind of like what I thought about. Kind of like what I thought about, kind of like what John Cena was, which he was like, the superhero. Hey, here I am to save the day, right? Yay, all the kids.
It bothers me even more that he always comes out in a fucking suit. I can't.
Be more relatable.
I can't stand it, bro. Like he's talking about like, yeah, so everybody has a Brock Lesnar, blah, 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 and then in their life, and then he's trying to communicate with like, realistically, he goes to Kentucky and he's trying to relate with, you know what I mean, people over there. It's like, bro,
put on something a little bit. Put on your merch.
Yeah, put something normal, bro. Like, be a normal guy. That's the problem. That's what I feel like everybody from Raw can't be themselves. The only one that can be themselves is freaking Kevin Owens.
And I would say Miz.
Yes.
Because Miz with the suit makes more sense.
Yeah, everybody else just stays in freaking character, bro. Like, even outside of the ring. I'm like, bro, like, are you a human being?
Your boy Seth.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Goes to an interview. You're like, dude, stop,
bro. Stop laughing.
Just be a normal human being.
Nothing is fucking funny, okay? Nothing is funny.
You're just
annoying. Nothing is funny.
He's just
stop laughing.
Yeah, it's just terrible. But yeah. But anyways, going back to what we were talking about, yeah. So I do think that the Bloodline storyline probably will end at WrestleMania 40. I think it has to. Plus the fact, apparently Roman does have some Hollywood dates, which if he does, more power to him, because he's not getting any younger. Well, he's not getting it. Well, but forget about deserves it. He has somebody kind of known in the industry that could kind of help him out. Oh, just a little bit.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. It's kind of like something about like a
stone,
rock or something like that. A stone,
like
a rock,
stone.
I don't know, a pebble.
Well, to be honest with you, Roman's acting has it's kind of like the best right now in wrestling. Like realistically.
Yeah, he has taken it to another level, but I honestly think that they just unleashed him.
They unleashed him? You said?
Yeah, they let him be him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they just let him. Okay,
I always knew it. I knew it from the beginning that he was gonna be good.
No,
I did. I've always been a Roman fan.
Attached, bro.
Yeah, even through that, I was still through the thick and thin a Roman fan.
Well, I actually love
even
Roman.
Whenever
when he was in the Shield, I love Roman. I was like, man, he's gonna be someone. He's gonna be someone. He's gonna be someone.
Whenever he used to wear his eye contacts,
I was like, oh god,
no. Because then they gave him like fucking shitty promos, like Suffering Succotash. That was Vince. Like realistically, then you're gonna give him a bullshit. Then you're gonna give him a bullshit promo.
Like Eddie Murphy and Vampire in Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah,
with the wet hair and the contact lenses. Like
then you're gonna give him a shitty promo to go against John Cena, one of the people, the guys that are like. During that time was the best on the fucking microphone, and then he finally, like what was it, 2 years ago, that he finally was able to like, hey, he buried John Cena on the microphone, or like he went head to head, toe to toe.
Yes, you could say that, but that's a topic for a whole nother day, which I think is going to be kind of interesting. So, but anyways, going back to other stuff that happened at in SmackDown, we had LA Knight. Theory beat LA Knight, obviously with interference.
That's so dumb. Like the man is supposed to be getting a push, and this man's taking L's left and right.
That's
and not even the good L's.
Well, but that's okay. It's probably setting up a match in the long run for them. And honestly, I don't even see Theory being on LA Knight's level right now at the rate they're going. Because Theory, after the John Cena match, just went downhill.
Yeah, Theory
like he just dropped. He fell off the map.
He fell off the map.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
All right. So I don't know. I don't see Theory doing anything. I don't see him winning that championship. Winning the U.S. title again, that would be a huge mistake in my opinion. Because what is he going to do? Lose it and then get it back? Like 2 or 3 weeks later. Lose it and then get it back a couple of weeks later. Like
no, please. Let's not turn him into the next John Cena talking about him.
Yeah, but I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it yet.
It sucks, man, because he was so high, and then he just like went on a decline super fast, bro. After Daddy left.
Well, but look at this also. I think it may have been a good thing. That's why they probably put him against Cena. Let's see what you got. If you're that good, let's prove it. And he didn't. So if you can't have a good match with John Cena, and I know John Cena is safe, and he was just doing his greatest hits as always. But that should have been a decent match. Like I guarantee you, and obviously remember, we're going a little much, but you put AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan in there, it's going to be a good match. Even Roman, because Roman, that's how you tell a story too. You don't have to necessarily. Everything doesn't have to be mat wrestling, like you're freaking Kurt Angle out there and fighting Brock Lesnar or Shelton Benjamin. You don't have to do that. I mean, you could do a move, then have the crowd get into it, do a certain thing. You don't have to do a 5-star match for it to mean something, right? So
what's the problem? In New Japan, they be having like 7-star matches out of 5 and shit, but realistically, like a lot of them, they don't even tell a story. It's just a bunch of fucking moves all put together.
I mean, even it is a very different vibe. Also, like it's not built necessarily for that. They do have some stories, but. It's more about they treat it more as a sport. They treat it more as a sport.
Yeah. I was gonna say people over there they like it more as a flippity flop. Oh my god, he hit him with a steel chair type thing instead of like storytelling, which is that's the difference with sports entertainment compared to regular wrestling.
Yeah, I mean it's a really big thing. That's one thing that Antonio Inoki did. He always wanted to be kind of close to real sports than Vince. Vince is more about the circus. New Japan's more about the match. And then one thing they do really well that WWE sometimes fails at, their system to bring like the young guys and bring them up little by little and then give them a title is probably next nobody's better than them at that. Because right now I think Sonata is their champion. He was like they call a young boy a few years back. So they bring him in. In fact, they even come in with black trunks and just generic, right? And they're jobbers like for a bit until they start learning. Once they learn their ropes, then they get into the mid card. Then they finally start getting matches against the bigger guys, and they lose. But then you start getting behind them because you see the matches are so good. And when they actually win the title, it's like, oh, he deserved it. It's like
he deserved it.
Yeah, but it's like Austin Theory. If they give him the title right now, it's like why? It makes no sense. So, but I think but like I said, it's a completely different vibe. It's almost like Yeah, and for example, AEW is a little different because AEW is kind of a mix of both, but I don't think they execute 100% on either one. So that's the only thing that I would say about that. But anyways, so then we have Ray versus Theory in the near future. It seems because they didn't announce when they're gonna fight or anything for the title. Now the big question is, do you think Santos is gonna betray Ray?
I sure hope so.
Because I thought
heel.
that was gonna happen on Friday.
Yeah, I hope he becomes a heel because like it's bothering me. Can we get Legado del Fantasma back, man? But then the problem is that we will have too many fucking heels on SmackDown. You have the oh my god, the Hurt Business, quote unquote 2.0. That's gonna be
we don't
a
know
heel.
yet. We don't know yet because you saw how they
That's
came
a
out,
heel.
how they were dressed, and then everybody was cheering them. Bobby Lashley didn't do anything, like they didn't do anything heelish. They just had a regular match. So
Yeah,
what
but
makes
they
them a
didn't.
heel?
But
That's weird.
I think it was they weren't doing the hype up stuff either.
No, but even in the match, they weren't really wrestling like heels, using heel tactics. They were just having a regular.
They were wrestling
match.
angry.
It's still like it didn't really. I don't know, and that's one thing that I think has been Bobby Lashley's biggest issue is that you never see him unleash his rage like Brock. Like if he's gonna be a heel, he's gonna go full on monster. If he's gonna be a good guy, then he's gonna be a full on good guy. Bobby Lashley's always kind of been in the middle. Like even if he's a heel, he's
not even a good way.
yeah, he's not a good heel or a good baby face. That's why I think he's never been at the top of the game, which he should be, because he's great. But
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah. So hopefully he does betray Ray. I see that happening very soon. Then the women's division in SmackDown, which we always said it was stacked. They had everybody there, and it seems like a 3-day-old Chinese rice right now. There's nothing worse than Chinese rice 3 years. Yeah.
Pause, stale,
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah. You can't.
You get
no
the little
butter's gonna
pieces of
revive it.
ham. You get the little pieces of ham, and they're hard as
Ice
hell.
cubes. Like,
Yeah.
they're like dehydrated. It's like
I
eating
feel.
Dippin'
I
Dots.
don't know, bro. I think. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think putting Charlotte and Bianca into the whole championship storyline kind of like fucked everything up. And honestly, I don't remember. Was Bianca there and was she okay?
Yeah, she was there like nothing. Yeah, she recovered.
Oh,
like nothing.
okay. So okay.
She. I mean, it looked like she had literally Derek Rose her knee, and all of a
then
sudden
she comes back with the
like
fucking
nothing.
worst
No
acting.
knee brace, no nothing.
In
No
the
knee brace,
worst
no nothing.
acting in the match that I've ever seen. She's like,
Well, at one point I thought it was real when it first happened because when she fell from the ring apron, I was like, why did Charlotte do that? Why did Charlotte push her? And then I was like, oh, and then she tried to get up and then she fell again. I was like, oh, that was good.
and then she was screaming and she was
Yeah.
acting. So
And then
it was
after
more
that,
like
it
at the
kinda-
after part, whenever like she started running away from like the referees in one leg. I thought she was about to hopscotch her way to the fucking ring. And then she ended up going on the turnbuckle that took like that took AEW time to get all the way on the top and then jump. It's like
Bro, she
come
almost
on,
did. She
man.
almost did Lita time.
Yeah, like it was bad.
Yeah, no, like I said, I really don't know what the heck they're doing with the women's division. Then Io Sky is there. Obviously, she's never going to be a dominant champion. I get it. It's cool. I do love that Bailey's with her and she hasn't betrayed her yet. But I don't know. I don't see this going anywhere. And you were saying about bringing Bianca in. I think more than anything, it would have been easy just to turn Io and Bailey baby face, or at least kind of a tweener-ish type deal, and then make Bianca the heel. And done. I mean, that's done. And don't
then
put
you can
Charlotte.
add her-
And don't
you
put
can add her
Charlotte.
too.
Yeah, but don't put Charlotte. I think the problem is.
By you putting Charlotte in everything, ruins everything. And like I don't want to like I'm not trying to talk bad about her, but realistically, I think a lot of people are over Charlotte so much because there's so many opportunities that she got. and things like that, that it just kind of like ruins the rest of the flow, the rest of the chemistry, and things like that.
Bro, Charlotte's like putting ground beef on an ice cream sundae. Everything was
man.
perfect until you put that.
Is it raw? Is it cooked ground beef? Because it could be good.
Are you pregnant?
I'm fucking with you. Chill, bro. Don't say that, because then
No, I'm
I'll
saying
I have a fourth kid. I'll have a fourth kid or something like that, bro. You're jinxing it right now. We need to wait until September.
September. Nah, don't.
So, yeah.
Don't, bro.
Yeah.
They gotta do the kind tie on you at this point.
Yeah. Nah.
Choppy.
But anyways, man. Moving on to the whole Edge versus Sheamus. They ended up finishing with a banger. This
I
is
love the match.
potentially
The match was fantastic.
This was potentially his last match. Sorry, my wife texted me.
It was his last match with WWE, at least his contracted match.
Yeah.
So we don't know if he's going to do any special appearances or anything like that in the future. It was a great match. The first half of the match was kind of slowish, but then when it picked up, and especially the psychology of everything, and I did like, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but Edge did miss a couple of moves here and there, which he normally hits. But to me, it almost added to the story. Like he's not the same. Like he's trying everything. He's giving you everything he's got to be able to win the match. And I thought it was great. The only thing I didn't like at the end was a spear, which I always thought his spear was absolutely atrocious.
It's like a slamming hug. Like he hugs you and then slams you down.
See, with Bobby Lashley, I can understand it when he does it, because that dude, you don't want that dude going at you full speed. No. But Edge, I mean, even Christian's looks better, honestly, because I saw a collision last night actually, and Christian's spear actually looks better than Edge's, which is crazy. Because Christian is smaller too.
Ain't no spear better than Roman's. I'm just saying.
The Goldbergs.
Because even Jey Uso's trying to do a spear now all of a sudden.
No,
Pissing me off.
No, the best spear of all time is Goldberg, and right now of the current wrestlers, yeah, I mean, obviously Roman's. Because it looks like it has force, but it's still safe.
Yes. He won't kill you.
Yeah, but it looks like it hurts. Not like Edge. That Edge is like, what are you doing, bro? Like his other moves look worse. Like that suplex was crazy. I was like, oh my God. That superplex they did from the third rope, I was like, good God. Like that was absolutely insane. And you could see Beth Phoenix. I think she was genuinely concerned, because she's probably like, all right, this dude's gonna try to go out with a bang. So he's gonna do something really stupid, and he's gonna get hurt again.
And then he breaks his neck again. I said,
yeah. Well, and the sad part is that both Sheamus and Edge both have the same type of injury, the same type of neck injury. Because Sheamus's neck, a few years back, they told Sheamus like it's almost time to hang it up. And he's been able to kind of stick around, yeah. So
you know why? Because he hasn't gone against his boy Rich Holland. That's why.
Maybe that's why he's boys with him. Because he's like, well, at least if it's in my faction, I don't have to fight him. So
I don't want to get hurt, bro.
That extended his wrestling career at least a good 3 years, and his lifespan for about 10. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I was gonna ask you, do you think he's gonna go to AEW? Because I personally don't think so. I think he's too old. I think he's gonna hang it up. You know what I mean?
Okay, if I was betting my life on it, I would say no. But there's one really important factor over there that there's two factors that I see in AEW that could work. One is obviously he has his boy Christian over there, and honestly, Christian, he's doing some damn good work. Like I saw his match against Darby Allin, bro. I think he's a much better worker than Edge, and his stuff looked clean. No mistakes. Everything made sense. It seems like he was actually taking this kid that likes to jump around and do a lot of stuff. He's like, no, kid, this is what you do. Right? Kind of, and you could tell he was leading the match because the match made sense. It had psychology, had good moves, but it wasn't anything, it wasn't anything super crazy. And I get it. He's one of the few guys over there that actually has a storyline that pushes storylines too, not just the in-ring work, which is, and in fact, if they don't use him, that's a big mistake. If the other wrestlers don't go to him and ask him stuff, because the guy's been damn successful in multiple companies. So that's one thing. Huh?
I said that is true.
Yeah. I mean, he could go over there, Edge could go over there, and that would be huge. And there's another tag team over there, which obviously, poor guys, like you could tell they're badly hurt, especially Matt, but the Hardys are over there. So you could have they could retire both teams at the same time over there, once in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh my God, that would be the slowest match.
I think it'll be fine because I mean Matt and Edge are going to be the slowest guys, but then you'll have Jeff and Christian being able to kind of do the probably 85% of the match. So I think it's fine, and kind of from an emotional standpoint. Plus the fact, especially Edge and Christian, they know how to tell a story. They don't depend on high spots to be able to wrestle. So if they can control the Hardys to just do one or two big moves, kind of WWE style, it could be something. And at least it's going to get a crap ton of eyeballs, even if the match sucks. But just have them four saying this is our last match, like this is our last stand, like that's going to be great.
It would. I mean, it will bring the numbers up for them, like realistically.
Yeah.
Whenever you think about it. So.
Yeah, and supposedly they're saying that Tony Khan had approached Edge right before he came back to WWE so that he could wrestle in AEW. And that's why kind of, and Edge kind of like, wait, let me see if I could wrestle again. And then he contacted WWE and he came back. So supposedly that was the catalyst to everything. That's how Edge ended up in WWE again. So,
I mean, there's no better fans than the ones from WWE. I'm kidding.
No, I don't know. The AEW fans are pretty rabid, but no, I think it would. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just don't want to see the guy in a wheelchair. That's my only concern, because you could tell he's lost a step here or there, which is fine. I mean, the guy's on 50 already, so it's okay. It's fine, but he's had so many injuries, like bad injuries that are life threatening. And he's still trying to go out there. He's still trying to work his ass off and get some, and put some work in. The good thing about AEW is that he probably won't barely have to work. He might have 3 matches in the whole year. Not like WWE, which, it's going to require you to do, probably, ace for him, probably 10, 12 matches.
Edge versus Sting.
No, please, no. Somebody's gonna die, bro. All these people have like messed up necks. Christians, Edge, Sting. The Hardys are just anything broken. They already had it.
I was gonna say that they got like herniated discs and shit. So like, it's bad,
bro. They got herniated discs they don't even know they have. So
that's why Matt Hardy walks like that.
Yeah, poor guy, man. You see him walk and it's like, especially that bump that he had against Sammy Guevara that time. I was like, why did he fall? He literally fell flat on cement. Like, dude.
And I'm surprised that he got up.
I'm surprised that he's alive. Because I was watching it live and I was like, oh my God, what happened here?
Snap.
Like, this guy just, he just lost his bout against life right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but let's see. And by the way, one last thing. I know AEW has their big event this weekend. I may actually get it. It seems like the card, they rushed it to the very end, but it does seem like a pretty decent card. It's probably going to be a super long show. And more,
Good luck, bro. That's 5 hours probably.
It's kind of like an old WrestleMania. Because WrestleMania Live, when they used to do the really long shows, that's bad. Or you're like 7 hours in the stadium.
I was gonna say. I mean, like technically, they're like WrestleMania is long. They have to split into 2 nights, bro. Like realistically, like you know what I mean.
Plus, they double the gate.
Yeah.
Like they're banking. Because I thought you bought one ticket and it's for 2 nights. Nah. You gotta buy each one.
It's for one.
You got for one. So
you
which
thought.
one are you gonna get?
You thought. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. All right, man. So we'll wrap it up right here. So just remember, like and subscribe. Hey, also give us tell us what you want to see in the comments. If you don't agree with us, let us know. If you agree with us, let us know too. All right, guys, take care. Peace.